I'm also recording the session. Okay, what else we are discussing? The scenario outline and then tags. Anything else we are discussing?
Scenario and background we discussed, and yes, three things I think, and page factory. Yes, that's true.
Okay, yeah, we were discussing the major topic, that is page factory.
And Sudhir, one thing actually, scenario outline, it is possible. Can you please just 2 minutes? Can you please walk through once?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So you have any specific questions? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. One mic. Otherwise, my question also it is fine.
Yeah,
My
sure.
question is like in one feature file. So whenever, suppose if I am doing data driven, outline is compulsory, right?
Yes, exactly. Scenario outline itself is basically to support data-driven concept.
Okay. And then one feature file can have multiple outline.
One feature file will have multiple outlines. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, one feature file can have multiple scenario outline. Yeah, that's true. Possible. There is no restriction.
There is no restriction, right?
There is no restriction.
I think that's yeah, that's what I was just. I need to again see actually what is the.
Sudhir?
Yes.
I was wondering, as I was going through the feature file and stuff. So, does it possible in Cucumber any sort of the cross-browser testing in feature file or something? Does it possible? Like I'm testing it at this moment in Firefox, right? So same feature file, if I wanted to run in like IE, Internet Explorer, Chrome, Opera, so other other browser. So does it accept through feature file?
It is possible. It's all about, it's a framework, right? We can do the customization. Yeah, we can do some customizations. Yeah, I'll show you. I mean, I'll think about it and I'll show you.
Okay, that will be good because sometime, as you know, just like I'm talking on the real time environment that I was working, and then there are some situations that I was trying to run the cross browser testing. It's just like I'm starting one, right clicking on one. I want to test it. It is at the same time as a multiple browser. Or I could be running it one after another. Like for instance, I ran the whole entire testing in Chrome. Now I wanted to run on the Firefox. Afterward, then I can follow through the Internet Explorer. Some sort of the path like that.
Yeah, understood. Yeah. One easy thing is you can mention in the precondition itself. Okay, in the precondition you can mention you want to open the Chrome browser, right? For the scenario, you can say open the Chrome browser. So based on that, it can open the Chrome browser. Okay, but for every scenario, you have to mention that. Okay, but it's not that case, right? So you want to execute all the things in Chrome and then you want to move on to Firefox. Okay, so let me think about what could be the best ideal solution for that, and I'll show you.
Okay.
So with Cucumber, yeah, one thing we need to remember that with Cucumber there will be a lot of limitations, and it is not as flexible as a normal automation framework. In a normal automation framework, we can use test engine, and you can configure the test that you want to execute however you want it. Okay, but with Cucumber, it goes with Jane, and yeah, there are certain limitations are there. Could be, we can think about, and we can try to. I'll try to get you the solution if at all it is possible. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing which I wanted to show today is one of the important thing. Okay. So if you see the reports, how it is generating. This is how the report is generating. Now tell me, by looking at this, can somebody able to tell me very quickly how many scenarios that are executed?
It's not that
Total.
much easy. Yeah.
Just try to go through the report. Yeah, it is not easy, I agree, but it is possible to find out how many scenarios are executed. Anyway, we don't have too many. Just try to count it and tell me how many scenarios are
I
executed.
believe three of them, three scenario.
Three.
Three. Okay, let me count it. This is one scenario. Okay, this is another scenario. This is also one scenario. Total 4. And here one scenario. Okay, total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are executed. Okay, so this is one single scenario outline, but in this scenario outline there are 2 test data items are there, so it is executed for 2 times, so we can say 2 scenarios. So total together there are 5 scenarios that are executed, but it is not so easy to understand. Am I right?
Yes.
You have to go through the report very carefully, right? And you have to count the number of scenarios. So when it comes to report, people are very much interested in knowing how many features are executed, how many scenarios are executed, how many steps are executed, and how many passed, how many failed. Okay, so they want a very detailed statistic report on the running, right? They need to know in detail. And this is not so detailed. It is giving all the information, what is failed, what is passed. It is giving all the information, but the count is not so, we couldn't able to make out the count. We had to put a lot of efforts in getting the count. If somebody asks how many futures executed, how many scenarios are executed, am I right?
Yes.
So that is the reason. So there is a separate way. There is another concept to generate the customized report. Not customized, I can say beautiful report. Okay. So let's see how we can do that, how we can achieve that. So you can note down this one. Maven Cucumber reporting. Please take a note of that. Maven Cucumber reporting.
Okay. So this is the dependencies, Sudhir.
Yeah, you can take a topic. This is a topic. You can find the dependencies and you can find some examples. Okay. You can find anything and everything about the Cucumber reporting using Maven. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. For now, just take a heading. Okay, fine. Okay, so to generate the customized reports, we need to add few plugins to our pom.xml. Build the plugins should be always added inside the build plugins. Okay, and we need to add number of plugins. Okay. So one by one I will explain. So first thing is we need a Java compiler plugin. Or you can say the Maven compiler plugin. The Maven compiler plugin. The Maven compiler plugin. So here it is 3.7.0. Yeah. And the compiler version is 1.8. Just make sure which version of Java you are using. Java minus version. I'm using 1.8. So I mentioned 1.8. So if anybody using 1.9, so please make sure you give 1.9. If anybody using 1.10, make sure you give 1.10 here. So depends on what Java version you are using, you need to mention that one. Okay, the next plugin that is needed. So this plugin, if you wonder why this plugin is required, this plugin is required when you want to compile your Java code. When you're running from the pom.xml, when you're trying to run your test code from the pom.xml, okay, so you need to compile your Java code, and to compile the Java code, you need this plugin mandatorily. So what we are trying to do right now is, in simple, we are trying to run our future files. We are trying to run the future files through the pom.xml and to generate a report, a beautiful report. Okay, so I'm trying to execute the future files and generate reporting. Yeah, instead of the default reports.
Okay.
Okay, so that is what I'm going to do now. So one is we needed the plugin for compiling the Java code, and we need one more plugin. So this is Maven compiler plugin. If you type Maven compiler plugin in the internet, you get some examples. Similarly, I need one more plugin, that is Maven Surefire plugin. If you type the same thing, Maven Surefire plugin, if you type the same thing, artifact ID, remember, okay, artifact ID is nothing but the project name or plugin name. So if you type the same thing in the internet, you will also get some examples on Maven Surefire plugin. So this plugin, Maven Surefire plugin, is basically required to run the test. Okay, the first plugin, Maven compiler plugin, the first plugin is required for compiling the Java code. Please take a note. It's better if you can take the note. Maven compiler plugin is to compile the Java code. Compile the Java code. And Maven Surefire plugin is to run the test. for running test runners. If you run the test runner, it will invoke the features, and the feature will invoke the scenarios, and ultimately your test will be executed.
So in this case, we are not running from test runner. We will be running
from Pamlet XML. Exactly. Okay. So you also need to mention, very important, please look at this one. This entire plugin you will get in the internet. Okay, I just copied and pasted here. Okay, so what you need to change here is this one. So it is going to run the test runners. Okay, you need to specify what are all the test runners you are going to execute. Okay, so any Java class that is ending with test runner, you are going to execute. So **** is nothing but in the entire project, any class that is ending with test runner, you are going to execute. Okay, login test runner, that will be executed. Profile test runner, that will be executed. All test runner, that will be executed. Test runner itself, that also will be executed. Okay, any class that is ending with test runner will be executed. Okay, in our case, so we have only one test runner that is also ending with test runner. So this will be picked up and it will be executed. Okay, so only this one you need to make sure. The rest of the things.
So whatever class name we are giving, same class name we have to put it here, right?
Exactly. You should not modify. Otherwise, the class will not be picked up and it will not be doing anything. The execution will not happen.
Okay, it will not happen. Okay.
Yeah. So another thing is fork count. Another important thing, fork count. So fork count tells how many test runners to be executed in parallel. Okay. Let's say there are two test runners are there. Let's say there are two test runners are there. And these two test runners will execute sequentially, one by one. If the fork count is 1, fork count 1 is nothing but the test runners will be executed sequentially, one by one. If the fork count is 2, is nothing but any two test runners will be executed in parallel. At any point of time, two test runners will be executed in parallel. If I say fork count 3, at any point of time, 3 test runners will be executed in parallel. Okay, right now I'm going to make it 1. I'm going to execute the test runners in sequential. Okay.
But so the parallel 2 is possible?
Possible. I'll show you that.
Okay.
I'll show parallel execution also.
Sure.
Okay, but we need to make little bit changes. I'll show you that anyway. Okay, the last one is, so far we compiled the Java code. We run the test. Okay, the last pending thing is generating the report. And for generating the report, you have another plugin. In the net, if we can look for Maven Cucumber reporting, in the internet, if you can look for Maven Cucumber reporting, you will get plenty of examples. Okay. So this is the another plugin which is used for generating the reports. Okay, so the important thing that we need to remember here is the configuration. Okay, so what is the report name that you want to give? I want to give my report name as WordPress consolidate report. That is the report name. At the end, at the top, when you open the report at the top, you get to see WordPress consolidate report. That is for giving the report to them. Okay,
What is output directory, Sudhir?
I'll come to that one. Yeah. So the next one is the output directory. So where you want to generate the report? Where do you want to generate the report? Okay. So I want to generate the reports in the project build directory. When I say project build directory, it is nothing but the directory until target. From the project directory, target until target is called as the project build directory. Okay, in simple, the project build directory is nothing but the target directory. So please take a note. Target directory. Okay. Let me know once you're done. Let me know once you're done.
Yeah, done, Sudhir. So always this build directory is nothing but our target directory only, right?
Yes. Okay, so in the target directory, inside the consolidate reports, you are getting your actual desired report. Okay, so in this folder, you are going to get the report. Okay. The next one is the Cucumber output. So Cucumber output is nothing but, so basically when you run the feature files, it generates the reports. And this reports will be converted to the desired reports, the reports which we are expecting. When you run the Cucumber feature files, it generates the reports, and taking that reports as a input, taking the Cucumber reports, taking the Cucumber reports as a input, we are generating the desired reports. Okay, is that clear? So we need to mention, when I say Cucumber output, we need to mention where the Cucumber reports are generated. We need to mention the directory where the Cucumber reports are generated, so that this particular plugin can take that as an input and generates the desired reports for us. And you need to remember this Cucumber reports must be in JSON. for us to generate a desired reports. This plugin takes the Cucumber reports in JSON. This particular plugin takes the Cucumber reports in JSON as an input and converts them to the desired reports.
Sudhir,
Yes.
what is JSON? Is it a continuous integration testing?
No, JSON is a file format like XML.
Oh, okay. So, does it possible with the Cucumber is for continuous integration testing?
It is possible. It is possible. So for the continuous integration, what is the input you give? Maven file, right? That is the pom.xml.
Right. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So the job invokes a pom.xml. The pom.xml invokes the test runner. The test runner invokes the feature file that internally invokes scenarios. So that's the flow goes.
Yeah, that's right.
Sudhir, here my question.
Hmm.
So it will be whatever Maven Cucumber reporting plugin does, it converts in JSON reports.
We have to tell. The Cucumber generates the reports in different formats.
Okay.
What are the Cucumber reporting formats? What are the different types of Cucumber reporting format? I must have told. Can all of you, could you please check it?
Reporting the thing.
Just check it out. Did I?
PDF, right? Sudhir?
No, not PDF. Okay. So the Cucumber can generate the reports in console, pretty format. Pretty format, that is nothing but console report. Pretty format and HTML format and also JSON format.
Okay.
Okay. And all these JSON files should be generated in a folder so that that can be taken as a input and can be converted as desired reports. Okay.
Okay, Sudhir.
So first of all, okay, so this is how you can generate the JSON file report. Okay.
Here in plugin, I need to provide all the things, pretty, HTML, and JSON, or only we can give the JSON only.
Not required. Not required. Okay, it depends on if you also wants to print the report in console, you can give the pretty, and you also wants to see the default Cucumber report, you can give this one.
Okay.
And if you want the reports to be in JSON alone, you can give this one. Okay. So you can configure all the available reports, and it can give you all the reports in all those formats. Okay, but not necessary to be configured all the types of reports.
Okay.
If you want, you can only go with this one, or you can go with any number of reports that you want. And the JSON report is going to be generated in the target folder, inside the target report, inside the report JSON, and then inside the JSON report-login.json. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, Sudhir. It's clear.
Okay. But one thing we need to note here. one thing we need to note here. See, we need to provide the name of the file, report-login.json. We need to provide the name of the file. Okay. So if I provide the name of the report, that is report-login.json, okay, for login, when the login feature execute, the report will be generated in report-login.json. When I execute the profile feature, the profile feature report also saved in report-login.json. Okay, the report will be overridden. The report will be overridden. If the report is overridden, you don't get the report of the previous executed future files. We need to make sure that the report should not be overridden. See, how many features will be executed here? Can somebody tell me?
So we have login and profile.
Okay. Okay, how many features will be executed?
Login and profile.
Did I mention any feature file name here?
No.
If I don't mention any of the feature file name here, all the features which are under the features folder will be executed. Am I right?
Yes.
If that is the case, how many will be executed?
2.
2. These 2 will be executed. So when the login is executed, the report will be saved here. When the profile is also executed, the report will be saved in the same file. That means it is overriding the older reports. That way at the end, you don't get the complete report.
Yes, correct.
So how do we manage that? So let's try running without giving the JSON file. Okay, let's see how it executes.
Okay, without giving the name of the JSON.
Yeah, I know that it has to be, it is mandatory, but let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, I also executed very long back. Let's try it out, how it behaves.
I think some issue, some red color is there. I think.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
update the project. Whenever you see there is a red color in the Formula XML,
Okay.
update the project. Select the project, do right click, go to Maven, update project.
Okay.
If anybody wants to take it, you can take it. Just clean the project. Try to update the project. Maybe 3.7.0 could be very old. Let me find out the latest one. Maven Maven compiler plugin. Go here. Three dot seven is the right one. Three dot 7.0 is the right one. It's correct. Invalid header. Just try to cannot read lifecycle mapping metadata for artifact. No, the error is gone. What if I have it?
Yeah. What is the issue, Sudhir?
No idea.
Oh,
But
no, I think it's showing.
if I add this one, I'm getting this.
Oh,
Let me copy from here. Compiler version is 1.8. Cannot read lifecycle mapping metadata for artifact. Okay, there should be lifecycle mapping, it's asking. Need not be the important one. There is some tag is missing, it is telling. Okay, I'll come to that point. Okay, let's run the code first. So you need to, there are 3 plugins are there. You need to compile and you need to test it. You can see the face, you need to test it and you need to verify. These are the 3 things you need to do. So here only test is there. I want to do clean, test, verify, these 3 things together. So if you want to make 3 things together, you have to go with run configuration. Okay. Okay. Go to new configuration. Change the work phase. Okay. Here you have to mention clean, test, verify. These are the 3 things you need to mention. And apply and then run it.
so currently, okay, this is for building, Sudhir. Just building
Yes,
our build.
this
Okay.
building. Yeah. It got failed. This guy got failed. Invalid end header. Is there anything wrong here? Plugin, 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 plugins. Everything is correct. Why this guy is failing? Just look for the internet. What if I add this one? For 3.7, it is not allowing.
Okay, Maven compiler.
Yeah. We'll wait for a moment. Compiler plugin. Java. This is whatever is there we copied. So we haven't done anything new. Not sure why it is
I think
coming.
the plugins is missing in the at the last. As it,
No, it is not missing. It is there.
oh, at the last. Okay, okay,
It is there. It is there.
okay, okay. Yeah, got it.
This is something is missing. So generally, update project should resolve all such kind of problems. Let's hope for one more time. It's not going at all. Let's try to find out any more solution. Okay, let me go with the one which is available in the internet. That was 3.1, right? Okay. Okay, they were executing. Yeah, it will take some time. Let's wait for a moment.
So Sudhir, whenever we have to run, so three things is required: na? Clean and verify. Then
Clean, test, and verify. So clean is to compile the code, and test is to uh, yeah, run your test, and verify is to generate the reports. This guy is failed. It is failed. One is passed, and another one is failed. Okay. The login feature is completed. It is working fine. And the profile feature has some problem. It is failed. Okay, whatever it is. We have some success and we have some failures. Now I'm waiting for report to be generated. Let's see for that. So where the report will be generated? The report will be generated in the JSON. The JSON report will be generated in the target report and JSON. Okay, let's wait for that. It will take some time. Let's look for the project refresh under the target. The report under the report, there's only one JSON. See, can you see that?
yes.
There's one JSON report. One JSON file has generated. Okay. Profile functionality, testing profile functionality. Okay. What about login? Testing login functionality. Okay. So all the the report which is related to login feature, the report that is related to profile feature, everything clubbed together and available in the JSON folder. Okay, fine, that's fine. And if you go to your pom.xml, so the JSON report will be available here. We have seen there is a JSON file, and the consolidated reports are available in this folder, target report consolidate report. Okay, so this is where you go inside, open overview feature.html. Okay, perfect.
So this is a test case, total.
So how many features? How many features? Count, you can see. What are those? How many features? What are those?
Login and profile.
Yeah, testing login functionality is one feature, and testing profile functionality is another feature. There are two features. And this feature, the testing login functionality, this feature has how many scenarios? Total
4.
4 scenarios. Okay, total 4 scenarios. Out of 3 are passed, 1 is failed. Okay, and you can see here the scenario table and the steps. Okay, so there are 27 steps are there, and 1 is failed, 2 are skipped. And coming to profile functionality, there are 15 steps are there, 1 is failed. And coming to scenarios, there is only 1 scenario and the 1 is failed. Okay, so altogether the report is failed, all features are failed.
So, Sudhir, in our, suppose if you want to send this report to the stakeholders, so Jenkins also has some Cucumber plugins.
No, it does not have.
Okay.
Maybe it might have. If you go to login functionality, it says 1 step is failed, right? Where is that 1 step? The password, it is maybe due to time gap or whatever it is, it might not enter. Let's give 5 more seconds to set the password. Yeah, so that's how the reports will be generated. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll delete the entire folder, target folder. We'll freshly generate everything. Okay, so now nothing is there. I'm going to run the pom.xml once again. Run as, go to run configuration, clean test verify. What you can do is, just click on, go to Maven build, click on the stuff. When you click on the Maven build, there is a new configuration. One tab will be opened. Here you can say Cucumber May 2008. Okay, some name you can give, and find out the workspace. When you click on the workspace here, find out the workspace, Cucumber, WordPress Cucumber May 2000. This is our project. Okay, here in the goals, you give clean space test space verify. Okay, apply and run it. It'll take some 5 minutes of time. Okay, take a small break, and we'll meet at 9:10. And after that, I'll show you how to run the test in parallel.
Okay.
Okay, 9:10 we'll meet.
Sure.
Yeah, hope everybody there. Is everyone there?
Yes, Sudhir.
Yeah, thanks, Akramal. Rajiv, Shishta, is everybody there?
Yes, Sudhir, I'm
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Yeah, this is a JSON and this is the consolidated report. Okay, we can see the overview feature.html. Open with web browser. Okay, and this time login functionality is completely paused, right? So yeah, it's completely green, and profile functionality has one step failed. Okay, we'll see that later where it is failed and why it is failed. That's not so important. Okay, fine. So that's about running the test with the Mav and Cucumber report. Okay. So the next thing is, as I told, running the test in parallel. Okay, running the test in parallel. Okay, so I'll tell you. Open the pom.xml. Okay, yeah, you are here. See, the 4 count represents what? Can somebody tell me what does it mean, the 4 count?
That number of test runner we are running same time.
Okay. Parallel execution of test runners. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Now, how many test runners are there in our project?
1.
Only 1. Okay. So even if I make the thread count as 2, when there is only 1 test runner, do you think that it will be executed in parallel?
No.
Right? You have only 1 test runner. So if you make the thread count as 4, count as 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. It will run in sequentially because only 1. Only there are multiple runners are there, then you can run them in parallel. But right now we have only 1 test runner. So even though you make the 4 count as 2, it doesn't matter. The test run will execute in a sequential mode as usual. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So there are certain things you need to make in order to run the test in parallel.
But Sudhir, generally, why we require 2 test runner? Because most of the time in test runner only we have options to add the feature file, right?
No, you don't need multiple test runners. I'm right away telling you, you don't need multiple test runners
Okay.
when you want to run in sequential.
Okay. Yes. Got it.
But you want to run the test in parallel,
We require.
you need multiple test runners. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So point number 1. So I request all of you to please take this information. You don't get this information anywhere in the internet also, or even if you get in the internet, it will not be so clear. I request all of you to please make a note. Okay. Point number 1, is that clear?
Feature file.
These are the only 2 points you need to remember.
What is second point actually, Sudhir?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Raju. I'll tell you, Raju.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
For now, just make a note.
Yeah, one second. Done, Sudhir.
Done?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Let's do that. New class. How many features we have?
2
One is login.
and profile.
Copy this one and go to login test runner. Paste it. So as I told, give a separate name. Okay. Make report profile. Similarly, here also make a report login. Okay, give a proper name, report-login.json. Okay. Report-profile.json. And rest of the things are fine. Okay, I given all runner. If at all you want to execute everything in one shot, okay. If at all you want to execute everything in one shot, you can use all runner. Okay, where I have not mentioned any the features, any particular feature. It will execute all the features which are under the feature folder, and it generates the report in the JSON folder. Okay, so for your reference, if at all you want, you can take it. So this one includes test runner. Okay, the classes which are ending with test runner. How many classes which are ending with test runner? In these three, how many classes which are ending with test? I'm specifying test runner.
Yeah, 2.
Only 2: login test runner and profile test runner, and each one produce its own separate JSON file. Login test runner will produce its own separate JSON file, and profile test runner, it provides its own separate JSON report, that is report file.json.
Yes.
Okay, so you should not keep the for all of the test runners, you should not keep the same file name. If you keep the same file name, so all these test runner will be trying to overwrite the same JSON file, and the JSON file will be corrupted. Okay, make sure. That's the reason I want every test runner should have its own unique JSON file name. That is the second point. If both of the test runners having the same file, same name, okay, then during the execution, these two features will produce the report in the same file. Okay, parallelly the file will be corrupted. So that's the reason you need to make sure the login will produce a report in a different file, and the profile will produce the report in a different file. Okay, at the end these two can be combined in can be used for generating the report. These are the two must things that you have to do when you're running the test in parallel. Okay, so let's run the test in run as Maven. Okay, go to run configuration. Make sure you do clean test verify and run it. You can see that the login test runner, profile test runner. Okay, you can see both. There are two browsers which are opened. There are two browsers which are opened. You can see that there are two browsers which are opened. There are two test runners which are running.
I think in TestNG this is not possible actually, Sudhir, right?
No, TestNG, it is very much possible. Running the parallel execution is very much possible.
Okay.
Only Cucumber is a little bit tricky and difficult, but yeah, there are solutions to make it work in a easy manner that we are doing now.
Okay, yeah. Thread something is there in TestNG, correct?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Rajiv, it's still executing.
Oh, okay.
Is there any reason that it's taking very long to execute?
I think we probably need to use quit. The close is not closing the browser. Anyway, we'll be executing multiple times, right? Going forward, we'll figure it out the problem. I see the browser is not closed, and that could be the reason it is waiting so long. Okay, let's go see. There are two JSON files: report login and report profile, and we are moving to the consolidate reports. And let's see the overview future start HTML. Open with web browser. Okay, and yeah, perfect. Did anybody see any difference here?
Just one fail.
If you can look at very closely, there is something wrong here. There is something wrong. What is the wrong here? See how many features are executed. We have how many features, but how many are executed?
Oh, it's twice, each feature twice.
It's executed twice, right?
Uh-huh.
Why we have to see that? Okay, go to login test runner. What is the mistake which I have done here? Did I mention the login feature here?
No.
I'm not mentioned the login feature. I just given the folder. In the folder, there are two feature files are there. Two are executed. Got it?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
Just
So it is executed twice the time. That is the problem. We have to give the future file name here. Exactly. So when you say login test runner, it should execute login future. That's it, right? But it is executing everything because we have forget to tell that login dot future. Am I right? FEATUI future. The next one is profile test runner. Here you must mention profile dot future. Okay. Yeah, could be the reason why it is taking so long. Okay, let's run one more time and we'll finish the class. Start. We run it. Yeah, just 2 more minutes. I think another 3-4 minutes it will be completed. Yeah. So let's look at the report once again. Let's refresh the project. So we have report login and profile, and let's open the consolidated report overview. Open with web browser. Okay, so you can see that all are passed. Good. Maybe there could be some timing issue previously. Everything is passed. Okay, there are two features, two are executed, and in future one there are 4 scenarios, 4 are passed. In future 2 there is 1 scenario that is passed, and in the future 1 there are 30 steps, 30 are passed, and in the future 2 there are 16 steps, 16 are passed. Any questions?
So, Sudhir, we can, okay, after running this test, to if I want to send directly, I can copy this and we can send in the email. That is also.
There will be emailable report.
Yes, where it is?
Let's see. Okay, in the Maven Cucumber report, there is no emailable, but let's see anywhere else it has generated.
Yeah, in test it was I was seeing, but I don't hear.
Yeah, there is no such emailable report. Okay, but let me see if I can do something for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so that just
You can post me. You can post your question on the WhatsApp,
yeah,
Raju.
sure.
I'll remember that and I'll check. So similarly, Akram asked about the cross browser testing. Okay, we can do up to parallel testing that we have done. Okay, so thinking about cross browser testing, yes, I'll talk about that. I'll find out some solution and probably in the next class I'll show you. Okay, and little more optimization which we can do. Little more optimization which we can do. That also I'll show you in the next class. Okay, and yeah, by the way, in the next class you might require to take a small exam. Okay, so I'm planning to provide a certification to all of you who joined.
Okay.
Okay, so as and when you able to clear the exam.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about, so far I have not given any certification to any of my students. Okay, they just take the exam and then they just go. But this time I'm planning and I'm working on that. Okay, so a digital certificate, I'm working on that. I'll be able to provide it to all of you. Okay.
Okay, sure.
There are two advantages. One is for you, one is for me. So you can claim that you certified from this institute, and yeah, so that others also will come to know that there is some institute exists on this name. Okay, yeah, so it's a mutual benefit for both of us. Yeah, I'm done. Any questions? Pardon?
Name is what? Selenium APM, right?
No, I have okay, yeah, either Selenium Appium or I'm going with some new name, a different name. Okay.
Okay.
Which,
This is also yours only, I think. Selenium APM, right?
Selenium Appium is mine only. Okay, and I'm registering a institute on my name. It's a different name. Okay.
Oh.
Probably the certificate comes under that name.
Oh, okay.
If by the time if the company is not registered, then it will come as Selenium Appium, certified from seleniumappium.com. Otherwise, it will comes with certified from a different company name, which I'm going to register it to be done. Okay. So any questions?
Should
So
it-
please, yeah,
Yeah.
1 second, Vikramal. All of you, please be ready for the exam. It's a multiple choice. Okay, it's a multiple choice. You don't need to write any code. It's a purely multiple choice question. Probably 20 to 30 questions will be there. I request all of you to please read and come for the next class. An hour, 1 hour of the class will be in 2 hours. 1 of the hour will be your exam. Okay, go ahead, Vikramal.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you, do you teach also testing, like automation with the APM and iOS with the Xcode stuff?
I do train on the APM. Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Maybe if at all you have any requirement on it, yeah, you can approach me. We can schedule sometime.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Even Shashidhar also asked for APM after the Cucumber. We can think of it.
Okay. Sure.